I'm trying something new this Sunday, Gay Culture Rewind, where we dive into moments that made queer pop culture iconic.
Let's go back in time.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
I'll be back.
Wax on, wax off.
Gay Pride 1987 saw the biggest turnout in history.
This week we're jumping back to the 1980s, a time of big hair, bigger shoulder pads and even bigger queer energy. From music and movies to scandalous soap operas. These were the gayest moments of the decade. So let's rewind. "1984 saw Madonna releasing Like a Virgin, and suddenly every gay man had a reason to hit the dance floor in lace gloves and rosary beads. She wasn't just a pop star, she was a cultural movement. Her unapologetic sexuality and defiance of norms made her a queer icon practically overnight. And by the time Vogue dropped in 1990, it was over. She belonged to us, and made a very dark decade seem a little bit more bearable.
We are a couple of weeks into the new year. What do you hope will happen, not only in 1984, but for the rest of your professional life? What are your dreams? What's left?
To rule the world.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Madonna.
Dynasty wasn't just rich people throwing drinks in each other's faces. It was a glittering soap opera that dared to be what others wouldn't.
I'm a homosexual, Dad.
It gave us Stephen Carrington, one of the first openly gay characters on primetime TV. Sure, his storyline was messy, he was de-gayed, re-gayed and then replaced with a different actor, but for a lot of viewers it was the first time they saw themselves on screen.
Looked like you could use a break. How about joining me for lunch today? My treat.
I want to break free.
While he never publicly labeled his sexuality, Freddie Mercury gave us pure queer excellence, on stage and off. From his leather-clad looks to his glitter-covered confidence, he made being flamboyant and fierce look effortless. Queen's I Wanna Break Free music video may have been banned by MTV, but in gay clubs and every gay man's living room, it became an anthem and an instant classic.
I've got to break free.
The 80s also gave us unintentionally queer gold.
Who can save you now?
Like Flash Gordon, Xanadu, and of course, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. These weren't just movies, they were events, campy costumes, sassy one-liners, and enough queer subtext to fill a Judy Garland tribute. And don't get me started on Tim Curry in Rocky Horror reruns during the 80s. Yes, it's still being played in full drag at midnight showings across the world more than 4 decades later.
But then where did that motorcyclist come from?
Well, I guess we'll just have to turn back.
To continue the fight through the months ahead for my...
A mystery disease known as the gay plague has become an epidemic unprecedented in the history of American medicine.
Of course, the 80s weren't all glitter. The AIDS epidemic devastated our community, but it also forced visibility. Celebrities like Rock Hudson, coming out in their final days, broke the silence, and in response, art, fashion, and activism became louder, prouder, and more defiant.
Like in a lot of cities, gays are accepted, and this is showing that we want to be accepted within the city of Miami.
Overall, the 80s is still one of the gayest decades we ever had, even if the majority of people didn't realize it at the time. We had Grace Jones serving androgyny and chaos, Boy George confusing and inspiring an entire generation,
If I could turn back time.
and Cher, just existing like a gay goddess. Oh, and let's not forget about that Wham music video, which basically kicked down the door on many men's gay fantasies. The 80s weren't just a decade, they were a movement. And while mainstream tried to ignore or water down queer culture, we were still dancing, still loving, and still making art that would echo for generations. What was your favorite gay moment from the 1980s? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and rewind with me every Sunday for more vintage queer goodness.